Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome to the very first episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening here on the Nintendo Switch. Now, as I explained in the announcement video for this Let's Play, the channel updates video that was released just yesterday, if you're watching this video when it's first going up, this is a new game released in 2019. However, it is a remake of an older game, so it still qualifies and it makes sense for it to be here on my channel. Link's Awakening originally released on the Game Boy, and then it was re-released as Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color, and now it is here on the Nintendo Switch at home. We're going to watch the opening cutscene really quickly. I wanted to get that intro out of the way before we see this anime-style opening. So essentially, the main story of this game, as you will see here, is that Link is on a very tiny boat in a very large ocean, and he ends up crashing said boat, and he washes ashore on an island called Koholint Island. And we need to fix all the problems on Koholint Island. That's the deal. So there's the lightning strike. Very great cutscene. Obviously, this was not included on the Game Boy or even the Game Boy Color versions of this game. The Game Boy Color version of the game added in a brand new dungeon. It was not just a color remake. It was a full a color addition to the game. And this game also makes a change. From the Game Boy versions to this version, they remove the ability to print out pictures with the Game Boy printer because the Game Boy printer is not sold anymore. And they actually replaced that feature with a Mario Maker style dungeon minigame, which we'll talk about through this Let's Play. But as you can see, Link washes up on the shore, and now it is time to begin the game for real. It's like 2 minutes into the video. But, you know, no better time than now to get started on File 1. We have Hero Mode as an option here. Double damage, no heart drops. We're going to be playing on normal mode. We will be playing as Link. And away we go. Time to wash up on Koholint Island like you do. Here we are. Right after that opening cutscene, you can see Marin took us in to her house. What a relief. I thought you'd never wake up. You were tossing and turning. What? Zelda? No, my name's Marin. You must still be feeling a little woozy. You are on Koholint Island. There we go. So Link in this game is, oddly enough, locked to 8 directions. Despite us moving with the control stick here, you are only able to move up, down, left, right, and then the diagonal directions in between. So we'll get used to that. Follow the lane south to reach the beach where I found you. Since you washed ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area, so be careful, okay? Sounds good. If we pause... Oh, well, we can't pause. Let's talk to Terran instead.
Well, Link, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Terran. Hope you're feeling better. What? Out on her name? You think it's weird, huh? Well, I saw it on the back of this shield.
There we go. You got your shield back. Hold R to repel enemies with it. One thing that's... Oh, here we go. Let's see. So just save and load. No, I was hoping to find a text speed setting. Here's our map. Obviously not very filled out. Our items go here. In the original game, in the top right, you'll notice the Y and X buttons are like our quick items. That's where we're going to place our dungeon items, things of that sort. In the original game, the sword, the shield, and the dungeon items were all occupying one slot. In this game, with all the extra buttons that the Nintendo Switch offers you, there's a lot more we can assign. So we won't have to be kind of constantly in the menu switching back and forth. Think of it as like when they put the iron boots as a C item in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. That's sort of like a quality of life thing. All right, we are here outside for the very first time. And one thing you might notice, besides this game being absolutely stunning visually, is that all the edges of the screen are blurred. There's like a weird vignette that I'm honestly not sure why they elected to go with. The vignette is strange to me. I wouldn't have done it myself, but they did it. So that's something we'll have to keep in mind. I've also heard about potential like frame drops with this version of the game. So there's times when, you know, this 60 FPS game might go to 30 or 30 to 20. I don't know how bad it is. I think it's a memory leak issue, very similar to what occurred with Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. But that was fixed by just saving the game and closing it every once in a while. These sea urchin enemies here are very easily pushed out of the way using our shield. They can be used to clear a pathway to get our sword. Music in this game is fantastic, by the way. Hoot hoot, so you are the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there. Hoot! Alright, that is Mr. Owl, as we will be referring to him. Mr. Owl gives us guidance. Here we go! You found your sword. It must be yours because it has your name engraved on it. Swing with B to attack enemies within your path. There we go. So, like this crab enemy here, we can slash at him. We can, of course, do a spin attack. And with that, the music will kick in, and we're really off on our adventure in Koholint. That item I just picked up, of course, is a rupee, the currency of the game. Green is worth 1. We will learn about the rest of the values as they come around. Beware of sea urchins! Don't touch them with your bare hands! Thank you, sign. I appreciate it immensely. So we're going to continue our way back up into the village now. Mr. Owl, I was almost called him the Owl. He is Mr. Owl. We shall refer to him as such. Mr. Owl wants us to go north to the mysterious forest, and we'll get there eventually. I think we're going to take some time to acquaint ourselves with the village, however. I heard that you can press minus to look at the island map. Not only that, you can stick pins in it with A and remember stuff with X. But I don't understand what they mean by that. What do you have to say? I hear that when you're running out of hearts, you'd better go find a big fairy. Why? I have no idea. I'm just a kid. If we press minus, you can see that as we travel, we will fill out the map. Here we have Mabe Village, where we are right now, and this is Toronto Beach, Canada. It's Toronto Shores. This here is a library. It is a classic place where you can go to learn. Lots of information on all sorts of things. Let's see, for example, this book. Atlas of Koholint Island. You can look up the name of a place. Do you want to look at this map? Sure, why not? So this is the full map. Wow, I didn't even realize that that's what this book would have. But that's the full map. We'll fill it out eventually. This book here is like the Dark Secrets and Mysteries of Koholint Island book. We'll read this and it's just going to be some... What's this? You can't read the tiny print without the aid of a magnifying lens. But where would you get one of those? Maybe if you lend some people a hand, they'll lend you a lens. That is a part of a pretty long trading sequence. We will get to that later. There's a book up here on the upper shelf as well. There's a bookshelf. What? You can see that? Oh, okay. The game is so witty. Anyway, that's the library here of Mabe Village. Continuing around, let's go ahead and take a quick detour through the village, however, because there are some bushes we can smack, and we can drop down this well. Always good to jump into a well every now and then. Good for the legs, especially when it gives you your very first piece of heart. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Pieces of heart, always a Zelda staple. Well, in the games after, like the first 2 or 3, I think. So, yeah. And you get to hear the cave theme. It's always nice. Cave theme is very cool. I'm going to wait for it to loop around, and I'm going to do a joke. If anyone gets this joke, you have to hit the like button, okay? Let's see if I can remember it. Hold on. Okay, wait. Gotta wait for it to loop all the way through. Okay, it's almost done. Okay. I'm in a cave. I don't know it. Never mind. Cancel it. I'm just gonna tell you. That was an old Peanut Butter Gamer video. I forget what the title of that video was, but there is a song where he sings, I'm in a cave, to that theme, but I forgot it. I should have brushed up before I came here to do this Let's Play video. Oh ho ho, my Bow Wow's so proud of his fine fur coat. Madam Meow Meow has some chain chomps? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a handful of Mario enemies in this game, so just get used to them.
Yahoo! I'm fine, and you?
Just doing swell. That's Grandma Yahoo. Of course, this here is Grandpa Google. Old Man Ulrira.
How to say, please call outside.
It seems that Old Man Ulrira is a shy guy in person. He must have gone through COVID and gotten too used to Zoom calls. We'll worry about him later. This here is a telephone booth. Yes, this game has telephone booths. It's crazy to think that there are more telephone booths in this game than in my entire town at this point. Because there are no telephone booths in my town. Here we go. This is, of course, the Marin and Terran household. We spawned in here. You might have seen Marin hanging out north at the main statue here of Mabe Village. We can go and say hi to her. Hello. Hey, Terran went to the forest to look for toadstools, but I'd rather sing. Listen to this. It's called The Ballad of the Windfish. Okay, great work. I'm gonna walk away now. Her singing reminds me a lot of the tad tones from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which is a game we will get to at some point. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first seashell. You found a secret seashell, but what do you do with it? Well, for now, nothing, but just know we collect them. If we go in here, we will see a very famous location in this video game. This is the shop. Town Tool Shop.
Hey, welcome. See something you like? Just bring it here.
This is, of course, a very iconic location, and I will show you why later in the game, but if you know what happens in here, you know. Alright, why don't we go ahead, and now that we've explored a bit of Mabe Village, I think there's more as well. There's like a crane game somewhere around these parts, and, you know, all sorts of things. Is this a crane game? Was the crane game up here? Oh, I didn't realize I was pushing a Kuko. There's a crane game somewhere around here. I'm almost certain of it. Okay, let's go ahead now and proceed north into the mysterious forest. We have spent enough time acquainting ourselves. We're too far over. We gotta go over one more. Perfect, and we can go up. Another thing they removed in the transition from Game Boy to Nintendo Switch is screen transitions. You don't walk to the edge of a screen and have like a weird scrolling effect. It kind of just moves with you, which is very nice, very smooth. Hoot hoot, brave lad. On your quest to wake the dreamer, welcome to the mysterious forest. Much mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint island. I'm afraid you may find it a trifle difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key found in this forest. The windfish is watching. Hoot! Alright, so in order for Link to escape Koholint Island and get back on his quest, which is, I guess, to find Zelda, he will have to wake the windfish. Here we have our very first monster, and there goes our very first monster. Here is a second monster. We can, of course, always access our shield with the R or ZR button. Both of them work. Ah, a tanuki.
As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder.
Good to know.
Yeah, you're going to be lost thanks to me.
Aw, man. Welcome to the Mysterious Forest. We're going to proceed. Let's heal your wounds and get rid of all that stress. Close your eyes and relax. This is a fairy. She's pretty great. She'll heal us. Thank you, Great Fairy. Very cool. We will now proceed. Here's another enemy. A fellow swordsman, it appears. So how are we going to go about defeating him? I would say just like that. We'll block his stabs. Here again, we have some gel enemies. Please release me. Please release me. Thank you. A rock that we're too baby to lift. We can't lift it because we're too baby. Here, there's a chest, but there's also a hole in the ground. We obviously can't cross over holes in the ground, so no point in following through there for now. Let's head over this way and see what we've got going on. We've got the Koholint Prairie is also another piece of heart, but it is surrounded by holes. Here we have an enemy that is electrified. We need to be cautious when we choose to attack it. No, we need to... Never mind, we gotta do something else first. This is something. What do we got in here? I actually don't know what this is. Oh, this is what we're looking for.
Double, double, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix makes powder for tricks.
Very good to know. This enchantress, as we shall refer to her, she's not a witch, she's an enchantress, is able to make apparently some sort of toadstool powder if we were to supply her with a toadstool. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that sounds like the perfect thing for that pesky tanuki, whose nose is sensitive to powders. and Sense, which he felt like announcing to us for some reason. Go ahead and approach. There we go. Ooh, nice. That was also a 5 rupee, blue. I believe that's our very first encounter of a blue rupee, worth 5. So we've got green and red, or green and blue. Beware floors with cracks. Don't get too comfortable on them. Here we have a cave we can go on and enter. And here we have another instance of the I'm in a cave song. I just walked out on accident. I meant to walk left. Silly me. We're going to go ahead and go around. These are Keese enemies. Keese is Zelda for bats. Unfortunately, we cannot open this chest right now. If we walk very carefully across these, though, we can push this chest out of the... or push that rock out of the way, open the chest, and get a purple rupee worth 50. Very cool. I thought that was a rupor for a second. A rupor is a negative rupee. Definitely don't want one of those. Here we go. Another pushing puzzle. Can we do this one right now? I don't know if we can. We will see if we can, I guess. I'm inclined to say we can't. Well, I'm also doing it wrong. Are these movable? No, I think we need to become stronger before we can do that. So we'll come back to that piece of heart later. All right, we're now on the other side. Very good. And there is an item right there. All right, let's go ahead and defeat this guy. There we go. Oh, I was going to go for a spin attack, but that's cool. No worries. There we go. Take him out. We've also got one of these spear-throwing guys. I want to call them a bokoblin because they're blue, but they're not bokoblins. Here we've got the toadstool. As you hold it over your head, a mellow aroma flows into your nostrils. Very nice. And we unfortunately cannot head north because there is a hole, so we will have to walk back through the cave. That's okay, though. The cave is not dangerous. Let me assess this one final time. Because if I could get... what would I need to do? I would need to get up above that skull. Because then I can push... well, I'll edit this. I can push this one to the left and that one to the left, and I can get it. But in order to do that, I would need to move this rock to the right. Yeah, so we need to be able to lift heavy things before we can do anything here. Here we go. We'll do this sort of roundabout way of getting through. We'll be back for that, though. Gosh darn it, we will be back. Hey, check it out! This is a piece of power. You can feel the energy flowing through you. This will temporarily increase our attack power. As you can see, we are just so incredibly strong now. A temporary buff, but a cool buff nonetheless. There's also a counterpart of it called the Acorn of Defense, I believe, which will obviously increase defense temporarily. But as you can see, we're one-shotting things, and that gel back there did not split into smaller gels. We still can't take out these silly guys, so no worries about them for now. Let's go ahead and visit the Enchantress once again. You know how it is.
Yeah, it has the sleepy toadstool, it does. We'll mix up something in a jiffy, we will.
We'll give her our toadstool. She'll cook it up. And when she's done cooking, we'll get a bag of magic powder.
It's all ready, it is. Take care, as there's not much there. Why not try a bit in my hut?
Huzzah! We have magic powder. This is our first item, which we can access here in our sub-screen and assign it to either Y or X. We'll put it on X. We can light her torch.
Good job. Use it on your enemies and see what happens. If you run out, go to the forest, pick some toadstools, and I will make you more. Come back without a toadstool and you may have to pay a price for my leftovers.
Good to know. She also got a little rat. I guess that's probably the giant rat that makes all the rules, let's be honest. Okay, let's head out and show off some things we can do with our new magic powder. One of the things we can do with said magic powder is turn these electrified guys into non-electrified guys. I want to say that that guy with the goopy eyes is called a Kook Man? Like C-U-K-E man? I think I heard that on a Did You Know Gaming video back in the day. But I'm not positive. Can you tiny gels please get off me? Thank you. Alright, let's continue to head south. We'll walk back over here and continue southward more. And as we're kind of just chilling around here, Well, I'm raring to encounter that there Tanuki once again. He was a mischievous little guy, and I want to encounter him. Please release me. I got boils. I'm like that guy from Fairly Odd Parents. He had a boil, right? Chester, whatever his name was. I don't remember his name. Okay, I'm looking for a Tanuki. Gents, have y'all seen a Tanuki anywhere? Actually, I think he's a straight raccoon. I don't think he's a Tanuki. I don't like how low my health is, truthfully. Go away. Let's see, he should be around here somewhere, right? I mean, if you were a Tanuki, you wouldn't go very far. Ow! Okay, hey, hear that beeping sound? That's the low health indicator. It's gone now, because I'm a Zelda expert. Hello, Tanuki! Go away! You'll never believe what this raccoon actually is. This raccoon, tricky as he may be, is actually, Terran. Hi, Terran.
The last thing I can remember was biting into a big juicy toadstool. Then, I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Yeah, sounds strange, but it sure was fun.
By the way, Terran looks like Mario. We should get that out of the way. That's Mario. Okay,
I'm all tuckered out.
I think I better set a spell before I head home. Sounds like a plan, Mr. Terran. And with that, we have, of course, satisfied the condition to open this chest and claim the tail key, which you can use to open the tail cave, which is just what we had heard about when we walked in here. Hello, Mr. Owl. Hoot hoot, take the key and go to the tail cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now. The windfish is waiting. Hoot. That wasn't a good hoot. I could have a better hoot than that, but I won't. I've given too many hoots today. But yes, that is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We now have the ability to go to the tail cave, which is the very first dungeon of the game. If we are being truthful with ourselves, which we, of course, always should be. We can also visit the swamp. We don't really want to do that. We can fill out more of the map, though. You can see the Mysterious Forest, Gupongo Swamp, Koholint Prairie, and also we get a mark there on the Witch's Hut, where we can buy more powder. And there's the Toad Town shop. I guess that's where the crane game is. All right, well, I think that is a good stopping point for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. We have conquered the Mysterious Forest. We've gotten our shield, gotten our sword, and we are ready to proceed in this Let's Play. But that's going to be all for now, though, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys spread my videos around. And I will catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.